You guys, I welcome you here on this momentous day to watch a reaction video to one of the best films of all time. That's the truth. The best films of all time. You guys keep asking me to react to The Godfather. I've seen The Godfather. I own The Godfather on Blu-ray. I haven't watched it in a long time, however. You really got to sit down and be ready because these movies are epic. They're the quintessential definition of a masterpiece, man. So here we have The Godfather, the best scene. This is actually the opening scene from The Godfather. Of course, you have Marlon Brando on the day of his daughter's wedding. So you have the character here who opens up with the dialogue, and the opening shot is so just fantastic. It's serene, and it opens up with a lot of the themes that are presented throughout the trilogy of family, of respect, of and I'm just talking about the themes of the movie. I'm not necessarily talking about the real world effects and modus operandi of the La Coca Nostra. But man, these films are just exquisite. Marlon Brando's performance. You have some of the greatest actors of all time. You got James Caan, Robert Duvall. You got Talia Shire. Marlon Brando just absolutely demolishes this performance. In part 2, you get Robert De Niro, and just on and on. On and on it goes, man. Some of the most iconic scenes, some of the most iconic actors, some of the most iconic performances. And yeah, you really got to be a, it's going to be tough for the newer generations, I think. I think the real, movie-loving new generations are going to love The Godfather, but I don't know. It's tough to say. You got to be patient. People have very low attention spans these days to sit through The Godfather. But watch it on Blu-ray, big screen. You're going to love it. Anyways, this is the opening scene. I'm going to go through it, break it down, and let's see. The Godfather, best scene. You beautiful man.
That I cannot do.
So they skipped the beginning part. Basically, this guy sat down and his daughter was, I think she was beaten or sexually assaulted or something like that. And basically he's asking for the man that did it to be killed because you're allowed to ask a favor of the Godfather, of the Don, on his daughter's wedding day. And he has his advisor here, the consigliere, Robert Duvall, his son, James Caan, and then this gentleman, I do forget his name. But you see how subtle his acting is, how just amazing his acting is. Fun fact, the cat that Marlon Brando was petting in this scene wasn't in the script. It just jumped on Marlon Brando and Francis Ford Coppola went with it.
I'll give you anything you ask. We've known each other many years, but this is the first time you ever came to me with counsel for help.
See, I've known you for many years, but this is the first time you've asked me for help. That he says a lot with that, about the respect, about how basically he's only coming for help now because he needs them, but he never visited, he never asked for help before. So I wouldn't say the Don is irritated by it, but
I can't remember the last time that you invited me to your house for a cup of coffee. Even though my wife is godmother to your only child. But let's be frank, you never wanted my friendship. And you were afraid to be my debt.
I didn't want to get into trouble.
I understand. You found paradise in America. Had a good trade, made a good living, police protected you, and there were courts of law. You didn't need a friend like that. But now you come to me and you say, Don Corleone, give me justice. But you don't ask for respect. You don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. You said you come into my house on the day my daughter's to be married, and you ask me to murder. Money.
I ask you for justice.
That is not justice. Your daughter is still alive.
I ask you for justice. That is not justice. Your daughter is alive. Mic drop. His acting is so good. Oh my goodness, Marlon Brando.
I'm going to suffer then. She suffers. How much shall I pay you?
Don't disrespect me. I thought he says, like, this isn't about money. This is about respect.
Buonasera.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? If you'd come to me in friendship.
I'm not a hitman. I'm not an assassin. We're not assassins. He disrespected him basically by saying, "Okay, I'm gonna pay you. You're doing a job for me. You're my employee." Like, that's not what he's, Bonacera is not saying that, obviously, but it's a sign of disrespect.
And the scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he would become my enemies. And then they would fear you.
James Caan in the background.
Be my friend. Godfather.
Bonacera is kind of it's a little bit of a...
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift on my daughter's wedding day.
Grazie. Yes, right.
Good.
So the audio on this recording is really, really bad, as well as the picture quality and all of that. But beautiful, beautiful scene. It actually wasn't quite the entirety of the opening scene. Then we jump to the wedding. But yeah, it's truly an epic story, generational story. The parallels, the mirroring of characters, it's just incredible. And even the third one, it gets a bad rap, but by today's movie standards, it's a classic as well. So yeah, there you have it, The Godfather best scene. Let me know what you think about The Godfather. If you have any other scenes you'd like me to react to from any other movies, let me know down below. And we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye bye.